Hey, listen, man. We're gonna recap this word, man. Matter of fact, Ish, I'm gonna have you get the last one, man.
What's it?
Ecclesiastes 6 verse 4, man.
You said 6 and 4.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, just hold on to it, man. Uh, let me. You know what? To be honest, bro, do Ecclesiastes 7 verse 2 through 4.
Okay.
But just hold on to it. As we get ready to close out this word, we're gonna do a recap. Ish got the last scripture. We finna close it out. We're just gonna do a recap, okay? We talked about living joyfully with your wives for you brothers that got wives, okay? Enjoy your life to the full in this shithole that we live in. Find whatever little joy that you can get and hold on to that. Then we just talked about you evil, wicked niggas. And in this last word, can you be so kind and hit us with that Ecclesiastes 7 2 verse 4?
Yeah.
And we're going to close it out, and me and the elder going to expound, and we out, man.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
Elder, you care to touch that at all, brother, or expound on that? We talk about it all the time. It says the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. He got friends of the world. I got friends of the world. They stay in the house of mirth.
Yeah.
They matter of fact, the house of mourning don't even exist to a nigga. A nigga will go to the funeral with a house of mirth spirit on his ass.
Yeah.
Am I lying? Hawk?
No.
That nigga go to the nigga will go to the house of mourning with a house of mirth spirit on him. What are we saying, dude? It would be wise for you to go in the house of sorrow. You're supposed to be in the spirit of sorrow, sadness, because we are in that time. This material and all that shit, dog, listen, man. We not in that time, dude. People, every day when one of the three of us hear someone get killed, guess one of the first things that come to our mind? Somebody family going through it right now. And then look at the young adults, the 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. That's devastating. Then you hear about these 10-year-olds getting gunned down and killed. It's devastating, man. Every time we hear, last year it was 214 homicides. That means it was 214 families went through it. And all praise to Yahweh through his only begotten son Yahweh Shai. We didn't have to experience that. But my point is, even though we haven't experienced that, we still in the house of those same feelings. We still in the house of mourning, because that's what gives us satisfaction of knowing that we in our right space. It's hard to have a celebratory spirit when you live a miserable life. Outside the elder family in this church, ain't nothing really to talk about. Ain't nothing to live joyfully about. Same with me. Same as his son. And his son is a young man. He at an age where he really could ball out and really live life. But guess what? He 10 toes in with this. So that means when he out there, everybody else see ha ha ha. He looking at it like this some fuck shit. That's the advantage that he have. He can go out in the public right now with his spiritual eyes and be like, damn, dog, niggas is lost. Like he can go get materials and understand exactly what it is. It's just materials. But his friends and them will get that, and that's their God for the day. The God of the nigger foots, the God of the rims. This man get all that and understand exactly that's just what it is. But it ain't nothing. But he know none of that is gonna save him. He know this was gonna save him. We like to have nigger foots too, but we understand though it has its place. It says Ish, you said something very potent. You said in verse 3, sorrow is better than laughter. In other words, man, we're not in a time where shit is funny. Shit, we used to laugh at the nigger woman when we first came into this thing. We used to laugh at just the silliness and just the niggerism they used to do.
Yeah.
Oh, we ain't laughing no more. That shit is hurtful to see our sisters are getting gunned down on a regular basis. And my thing is this: I don't really understand how anybody can get behind men shooting women. I just don't see how that's fly. A woman is gonna talk. That's what she do. All you gotta do is ignore her and you win. But you resorting to gun violence. We just talked about the young girl that was 20, her boyfriend 22 killed her. The third homicide of this year. So what are we saying, man? It says it is better to go to the house of mourning than go to the house of feasting, aka Red Lobster, aka Cheesecake Factory, aka what's that shit out in Germantown? Cracker Barrel, aka Capitol Grill, aka 5 o'clock Steakhouse. You find JK there, yeah. No, nigga, you supposed to be at home with us in the corner crying. This man go in this player closet at least once a day. I know he do at least once a day. So what are we saying, man? Dog, what's the scripture say? Ox sighing and crying?
Sighing and crying for the abominations of God.
Listen, man, I ain't got nothing else for y'all, man. We was just happy to get together today and just be able to fellowship, man. Like I said, me and Elder, we had church all week, aka council. And then the Elder and his son have church all day, every day at home. That's a beautiful thing, man. That's why he has such an advantage on a lot of you young punks, man. We were just talking about we'll just talk about it off camera, but me and the Elder was talking about someone that we were really hurt to see their circumstances. And then you got someone his age operating in the highest order of excellency when it comes to how a young man should be set up, how a young man should be moving. He get it. But it's people older than him, way out the game. So, what are we saying, man? Right now, life is very critical. I was talking to the Elder this morning. We both approaching 50. So for me and him, everything is critical. Like, we ain't got no time for shucking and jiving. Everything is critical. My man done set himself up to now, he could just look at his kids and be like, oh, y'all got this shit. Me and mom's just gonna kind of sit back and let y'all, we in the stands. Now y'all on the floor. We you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Hey, y'all in the bleachers now, and now they out there doing their thing. Come on, man. This guy right here is a model citizen when it comes to 70s baby that actually broke the parenting curse for the better and put his kids in such a winning position. And that's all the Bible calls for. Like what a husband is called to do, bam, he get an A for that. What the Bible calls for a father to do, bam, he get an A for that. So I be stealing all that intel. I be stealing from it all the time. What am I saying, man? Even though this brother is highly decorated, when we talking about spiritually, when we look at the credentials, how you critique someone spiritually, he would be considered a highly decorated individual. Household, no scandal, one band, one sound, spiritual excellency. Everybody, there's 4 people with the same vibe, energy. Dude, you can't make this up. I mean, my man moved like a king. And it's not too many people do. I was just talking to him. I told him I had to give him his flowers yesterday because you had these stargazers out here that got a problem with how my man's connect with that sun. Come to find out, the Bible's like, yeah, please do that. So what am I saying, man? As we close out this word, you sincere sisters, if you got somebody spiritually that you could lean on, that can kind of help you navigate through the bullshit, I suggest you tune in with that. Stay away from these TVs and the idiot box and all that. Right now, I'm talking about you women that's our age. Get behind somebody that's really, really, really understand that each move and each step at this point got to be very pivotal. I steal a lot of game knowledge, insight, intel from this brother. It's very rare you find somebody that could be so set up to where if you tap into what they doing, you'll be set up. So what am I saying as we close out this word? If you 50 or if you're approaching 50, your health, you better get intact with that. If you got children, you better get ready to pass that baton to them. And if you got grandchildren, you need to focus on how you spend more time with them, because we ain't got nothing but a couple minutes left in this mug.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, if the Lord allowed me and this man over here to be 70, just 70, we ain't even looking at 100, just 70. Let's get the 70 ball. We gonna, trust me, but if the Lord allowed me and this man to see 70, dog, we gonna go hard as we can, trying to get do whatever we can in the enjoyment of leisure time with our loved ones before that time comes. And hey man, that's pretty much. You got anything, Ish? Any party shots? You got anything, Elder? You want to touch on? I mean, hey, listen, health is wealth. You better get your health together. Hey, you niggas that's 45 and up, prostate, colonoscopy, your high blood pressure, all of that, go to the doctor, man. Get your teeth worked on. Get your blood work done. Now is the time. Because if not, you're going to fuck around and go get your favorite cheeseburger. And soon when you grip that motherfucker to eat it, you go croak over with that motherfucking cheeseburger in your hand. And guess what you going to remember in your afterlife? Dog told me to go get that shit checked out. Yeah. Had the elder not got his eyes checked, the elder be fucking his eyes up right now. He'll be wearing them shits down. Yeah. Melting them shits. But guess what? He's mature enough to understand that we have to listen to our bodies. Now, we talking about somebody, this dude's body to me was damn near unbreakable. Now he called me like, hey, Ox, shit. That He-Man shit is that Superman He-Man shit. That shit ain't. But you gotta keep in mind, see, this is what y'all don't know about this guy here. This guy, listen, man, he has really transformed his body the last 10, 15 years. I'm talking about to the highest order of excellence. I'm talking about he done put some miles on his body, the transformation. So when y'all see the finished product, the excellency of finished product, y'all don't see the aches and the pains and the sacrifices and the dieting and all of that he do to get to that. What's my point? He doing all that just to be able to say he decent. He got this man doing extreme amount of work just to be able to say he got a decent bill of health. Not excellent, just a decent bill of health. So imagine if he wanted to have a high level of excellency. He had to damn near kill himself to do that. What's my point? If you ain't working on trying to improve your health, it's a wrap, dude. 1 Timothy 4:8, it says exercise profit little. Yeah, it profit little, but it profit. So again, man, I ain't gonna talk your ears off. All I'm gonna do is tell you this. You brothers out there, if you don't got your passport, man, go on and get your passport, man. If you ain't into traveling, you might want to look into that. But before you look into traveling, before you get your passport, get your blood work done first. Find out what's going on in your body engine. Get your body diagnosis. Find out what you got to work on. Cause me and the elder, we'll both tell y'all. Right now, we both go to the doctor way more than we're accustomed to, and it ain't a bad thing. It's not a bad. It's actually a good thing because we're getting more in tune with how our bodies work at 50 years old. We never imagined even having to think about going to the doctor, get checkups, and getting shit looked at 50. We at 25. We ain't even thinking about none of that. And guess what? If you 40, within 5 years you're gonna be 50. Just so you know. If you 40 today, am I lying? By the time you get 45, you're gonna feel like you 55. So health is wealth, man. And listen, all you pork eating, abominable eating, niggerachi eating niggas, man. Hey, dog, just stay out our way, man. We don't want no problems, man. We don't want no problems. You can close us out, man.
All praises to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to all the brothers and sisters out there, which is Akim is the brothers and Akwaf is the sisters.
Facts.
Shalom.
Shalom. You can close out. Hey, they got that. Hey, man, the garment, man.